Can Toronto FC remain undefeated at BMO Field as the Philadelphia Union comes to town on Wednesday night? I am Gareth Wheeler, and here are your three keys to the match. TFC and the Union in very different positions in the MLS table. TFC on 50 points, first place in the Eastern Conference, and the best record and the best point total in MLS. Meanwhile, the Union down on 33 points, just good enough for 9th place in the East and 5 points out of a playoff position. The Union played on the West Coast on the weekend, a very difficult 2-2 draw with the San Jose Earthquakes. It looked like 3 points were there for the taking, but conceding a late penalty in the 95th minute gave them just 1 point. Not good enough at this juncture of the season. Toronto FC rightfully should feel confident ahead of this matchup against the Philadelphia Union. They're on fine form, undefeated in 7. 15 players for Toronto FC have scored on the season. That's the best in that category in terms of number of players scoring in MLS. But they should be wary to a certain degree as well. Although the Union have only won 1 game away from home on the season, TFC have struggled, relatively speaking, as of late against those so-called lesser likes in MLS, drawing a struggling DC United team 1-1, and of course, drawing a struggling Colorado Rapids team 1-1 at BMO Field as well. As for the game plays out, let's get straight into the keys. No letdown whatsoever for Toronto FC. An emotional win in a playoff-type feel against the Chicago Fire on Saturday, and they play their rival in the Montreal Impact on Sunday. In sports terms, this could be somewhat of a trap game, so no letdown playing against an inferior opponent at home. TFC 9 wins, 3 draws, no losses on home field this year. It's been a real point of emphasis for Toronto FC, making BMO Field a fortress, so you don't want to see any kind of letdown this Wednesday night. The second key of the match, set pieces are going to be key. CJ Sapong, a very athletic player up front for the Philadelphia Union, has scored 12 goals on the year. Very athletic, can get up in the air, win those aerial challenges. In fact, the Union are the best team in aerial challenges in MLS. They're a tough team to beat in the air, so positioning, marking, and making sure that you pick up on your assignments is going to be critical for Toronto FC to keep the Philadelphia Union off the score sheet. And finally, be wary of midfielder Haris Medunjanin. Medunjanin, the Bosnian international, has been a very good player for the Union over the course of the season. He brings the most attacking flair to the team in terms of distribution. He may not have the legs at 32 years of age, but the creativity is certainly there. He has 8 assists on the year, 2 goals, and if he drops a little bit deeper, the Union play in a 4-2-3-1, and Medunjanin generally plays in the 3, but if he ends up dropping deeper, you need to be able to close down on space with him without sacrificing your positioning. It's going to take a whole lot of intelligence inside the midfield. It's a matchup, a challenge that Michael Bradley will be up for, but he's most certainly the danger man in this Union team, and he's the player to look out for when it comes to Philadelphia. It's another big game for Toronto FC. They're all going to be big games from here on in as TFC tries to stake their claim as being the best team in MLS, period, in the history of the league by winning the Supporters' Shield. So yet another big night at BMO Field. The CNE's on. Be wary of parking down near BMO Field. Arrive early, and you have plenty of time. No excuse whatsoever with it being an 8 p.m. kickoff down at BMO Field. You can watch on TSN 1, 3, 4, and 5, and listen on TSN 1050, a big midweek affair before TFC travels to Montreal to take on the Impact this Sunday.